Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I want to share with you what is my thought about Louis Vuitton Vernis leather material. So as you can see, I have two bags in Vernis leather. One is this violet color in Bellevue, and the size is GM. It's the largest size. And I have this bag for more than 8 years, maybe 10 years. And this one is in red, and it's called Reed, and it's the smallest size. Also, I have this bag for a very long time, about the same as this bag, more than 8 years. I don't remember exactly how many years I have it, but it has been a long time. So, what do I think about Vernis? So first, let me just tell you a little bit what I understand from Louis Vuitton Vernis leather. So it's real leather. It's made from calf skin leather, and it has embossed LV pattern. And the word Vernis in French it means that glittering. It means glittering. So as you can see, the coating has this glittering coating on top of the leather. So it went through a very sophisticated process that I have no idea, but it's called tanning process to give the leather have this glossy shimmering effect. So I don't know if you can see from the camera or not, but the bag you can see very tiny glittering or shimmering on the leather. So Louis Vuitton's Vernis leather is their version of patent leather, and in my opinion, I think they did the best job for patent leather compared to other fashion house. And this is because they have so many choices of colors and because of the glittering effect on the leather. So let me go directly into the parts that I love about Vernis leather. First is how beautiful the bag is, usually in Vernis. The color is vivid, so beautiful and eye-catching. And under different lights, you can see the change of color and also the different shiny effect of the leather. And I love how they emboss the LV pattern onto the bag. So this is the first part that I so love. It's just like the look, the shiny glossy effect on the leather. Second is it's actually quite durable. A lot of people think that this might be not easy to take care of just because of the look that is so amazing. Actually, it's very durable. So I would say it's scratch resistant, not as other people think that it's scratch easily. Actually, for this bag, I have it for more than 8 years, and it still looks like a new bag. The color remains, the shining remains. You don't get fading of color or losing of the shininess of the leather. So it's actually very durable in my opinion. And the second is you don't need to worry about water. So of course when you are storing the bag, you have to wipe it dry. But if I'm going out and it's raining, I'm not afraid of my bag in the rain, except the handle part. But I think it's okay. It's not too bad. It's only a small part. So the main bag, this Vernis leather part, you don't need to worry about water actually. And I actually clean the bag with water as well. So it's very easy to maintain and clean. If I have something get onto it, I just have a paper towel and I put a little water on it and I can just wipe it clean. So as you can see, I don't have any dirt or marks on the bag after so many years. So it's actually very easy to take care of. The third part is I like how it maintains the structure of the bag. So the bag is actually stiffer than on-prong leather, and it's also lighter than on-prong leather. And you can see that although it can maintain the structure, it has the stiffness, but it's not as stiff as other type of leather that you can still change the shape by like pushing it. You can see it's still kind of flexible, but it's just not as soft. So it can maintain the structure. For example, this bag I have here. When I store it, I didn't put anything to stuff the bag. I just leave it like this. And the structure holds up. It doesn't change. It doesn't become like slopping, or I don't know how do you say it, but like you know what I mean. And I still can just put this bag on the table and it holds the structure very well. So I like how this can maintain the structure very well as well. And also the good thing is there are so many different colors, and it's just very cute and very feminine with so many different colors of choice you can have with this this line. So now let me talk about the part that I think would be like the bad part of the Vernis leather. So first is, although I would think it's scratch resistant, it's not very easily scratched. But if it's scratched, it's very obvious. So I've been using this bag for a very long time, and you can see on this part, I don't have any noticeable scratch or marks, and it's beautifully holding up. But because I always put the bag on the floor, and because of the structure of the bag, I sometimes bump into the walls or doors because it's huge on the bottom. So you can see I have some scratched, and I know I have an obvious one that I can show you. See? Yeah. So if it's scratched, you can see it very easily, like white line here. And I think I have another one here. So compared with other leather, if this is scratched, it's more noticeable compared with other type of leather. Because other type of leather you can also get scratched. And I think although maybe in my opinion, other type of leather are like on-prong leather is not as resistant as the Vernis leather, but if they both get scratched, Vernis leather definitely is more obvious. So that's the downside of Vernis leather. And the second point is that this you might get transfer of color or change of color under direct sunlight or with printed paper. So on the little booklet that they come with the bag, they say like don't put it under direct sunlight, but it doesn't mean that you cannot carry the bag when it's sunny. It just means that if you are leaving the bag under the sun, you have to be very careful because of the heat that will actually damage the bag. So if you're taking it out, put it in the car, try not to do that actually. The heat and the direct sunlight will damage the bag. So I think if it's like a very short time that you put it in the car while you're driving, it shouldn't be a problem. But when you are storing the bag, try to avoid sunlight or heat. And yeah, just as or the other type of bag, put it in the dust bag, avoid sun, avoid humid. But I actually think other bag has this problem too. So, but the other thing is the printed paper. So avoid direct contact with newspaper or like magazines with ink. So it happened to me once that I didn't notice that there is a magazine on the table or newspaper. I just put my bag onto the table, and I don't know, it's just like I suddenly noticed that when I take the pick up my bag, I noticed the bottom has ink. So I was in a panic mode, but luckily it wasn't a very long time, so I was able to wipe it off. So to my surprise, I thought it was thick, but I managed to wipe it off fairly easily. So I think maybe it's because I found out it pretty soon, or I don't know, or maybe it's that type of ink, not that bad. But keep in mind that you want to avoid newspaper, magazines, printed paper, basically. And also, I heard that if you have very light bag, then you might get color transfer from your jeans. So just keep in mind it. Although I always wear jeans and it doesn't happen to me, but I think it's because my color is darker. Even this is not as light as other color they have. So these are my good and bad thoughts about Vernis leather. So in conclusion, what I think, if it's worth it, should you get it or not, I would say definitely go for it. I think it's so pretty. It's, if you like embossed leather like I do, it's actually lighter than Amprong leather, and it doesn't afraid of water. You just have to remember to wipe it dry when you are going to store the bag. And it's very easily to clean. Like if I get I don't know, coffee, or I think I have coffee once, and I just quickly wipe it off. It's okay. And it's very easily to clean. You have if you need to wipe it clean, just have a paper towel, put a little bit of water and just wipe it. So see, I don't have any dirt on these. So in my opinion, they are totally worth it. They are the most beautiful patent leather version of the bag. I mean, compared with other fashion houses, I think Louis Vuitton patent leather is the most beautiful one. But I would have two suggestions if you're going to get Vernis leather bag or even wallet. So first, I would think pick the right color. If you are really worried about color transfer, avoid light color like baby pink or pearl. Try to go with darker color. So for me, this has no problem with color transfer, never happened. And for this, even though you might think it's light, like bright, it's very nice. It held up very nice. The color is still very nice, and I don't get any color transfer on this. And yeah, so that's the first point. I mean, choose the color wisely. Know how you use the bag. Know what color of clothes you have. And second is choose the style of the bag carefully. So if I were to choose again, I probably will not go for a big bag for Vernis leather, just because that with a big bag, I kind of bump into walls or bump into doors more easily, and you will get the scuffed mark or even like scratch, because this bag is huge. I just put it on the ground, so you will get scratched, and if it's scratched, it's very obvious. So I would try to go with a smaller bag. And actually, in my opinion, I think Vernis leather is so feminine and very, very cute. actually it will go well with smaller bag instead of the big bag. So in my opinion, like large bag is best with casual style, and Vernis is kind of like formal and feminine style. So actually I think if you pair it with like smaller clutch or smaller bag, it actually bring out the beauty of Vernis leather. So in my opinion, I would definitely go with a smaller bag. So my bag here is, this one is smaller, but the downside is it doesn't have a zip. So if I would have to go, like I think at the time it wasn't that many choices for the style of bag, but now they have so many different choices with a Vernis leather. I think you will have lots of options with color and style, and I would suggest go with a smaller bag, but it's up to you guys, like what you like best. Of course, you have to pick one that you would use and you would love. So these are my opinion and my what I think about Vernis leather. So yeah, it is really a beautiful material from Louis Vuitton, and I hope this video gives you some information and is helpful to you when you are choosing a bag. And if you are thinking you should get a bag with Vernis leather or not, I hope this video is useful for you and you know what you want. If you have any questions, you can leave the comments below, and thank you for watching my video. Have a nice day. See you next time. Bye.